Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Tigers coming in at 4-4, going up against the Bears, who come in at 3-5.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Chicago Tigers. They go play action here on first down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly. Yeah,
usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
This is Coleman. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And that'll be incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. And it's second down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now look at 56.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. Blake Bell, his 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Franks now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's Coleman. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They get a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Throwing on third down, Luck. He finds Coleman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston that he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. A shotgun snap for Luck. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this one is right down the middle. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Eddie Goldman coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Sack, baby. Sack. Here we go now. Green, 30. No. Check. Patriot. Hey, here I come.
In motion left to Sharp. Back to throw here. And the catch made by Walters. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to start quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's Darbo. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to play tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Fresh set of downs here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And his throw here's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Flushed out right. That's complete right around the 8. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 3rd down, it's Walters, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Blake Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And it's 21-3. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They will run again with Coleman. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Luck on first down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Coleman. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right.
On 2nd down, here's Luck. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now it's Luck off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So on 4th down, here's a punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Open now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now they try the right side here. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch tight, tight is right. Watch
All right, here we go. Green, 39. All right, let's get 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Now let's go.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taking it about the 36. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean,
under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Sean Robinson. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The throw on second down is locked. And he fires one incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here's Luck. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. The punter Lock out there now as he sends it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hurry up. Here we go. Over.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carlos Dunlap, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And some room to roam now. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. A good pickup there, a 22. In motion left to Sharp. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now let's go. No. Check. Patriots.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On first down, it's Love. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Here's Luck now on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Love. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Love. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. On 1st and 10, Locke. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Locke. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Locke. He's got Curse. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now it's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a handoff as they run left side. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Here we go. Check.
And now here's a carry heading left. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now let's go.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Sims. And this is picked up by the Bears. The 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Amara Darbo, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Watch 82. Watch 82.
Hurry up, here we go. 319.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Check.
And they're not going to let him get this one off. We have a whistle and a timeout as they'll try to put him on ice a bit. And they still have 2 timeouts left. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
In motion comes the tight end left. On 3rd down. That's Walters. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. Back to Philly. Here we go. Leopard.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Detroit! Gun! Leopard!
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Here we go now. Over.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Back to throw. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Check, front stick. Check, front stick.
Gone! Let's go! Back to that Philly. Here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
He's back to throw. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tajay Sharp, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know it.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Coleman now. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Luck says let's get going as he'll hustle him to the line. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. 3rd down here. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there. And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now it's Luck. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him. And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance. Luck now to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure. Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run it with Coleman. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. as they run left side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Double tight. Hey, 4 down. Set. Blue,
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the home team here, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Chicago, their season is on life support somewhat.